I'm suspecting a future relationship with these two. I just can't tell.
We're going to have to unpin him. Batman, I'm gonna need your help to push this thing off you. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Jeez.
The mechanic who was taken hostage. Where is he?
He didn't make
What?
it. I'm sorry. Who the hell did this to you?
Called himself Bane. His crew loaded the weapons onto the APCs and took them to a warehouse.
I really do appreciate you reaching out to me about this. Listen, you really need to pull yourself together because the threat we're facing is worse than I thought. While you were here, a gang of masked men hit a biotech manufacturer.
Probably to get more of Bane's venom.
Every single one of them.
Happens to the best of us.
No, it doesn't. There's no excuse for failure. Not even my own.
I agree. See, it's these delays in the dialogue that really make this game last longer, too.
This Bane and the crew who hit the biotech lab must all be members of Riddler's gang. I need to get back to the Batcave, figure out how this all fits together.
As soon as my team finishes cleaning up that biotech facility, I'll share with you any intel we discover.
His suit's
The sign our new
scuffed.
partnership is off to a good start. You're on my team now, and I take good care of my people.
Excuse me.
Agent Avesta, you
That was
should
a
be
weird
resting.
cut.
There will be time for that later. I wanted to thank you properly for saving my life. I wouldn't be here without you.
You're welcome, Avesta. I'm glad I was able to be there.
I wanted to make sure I said it to you. You were right to trust the director to help with this.
Interesting.
Working with Waller will be the fastest way to stop these murderers before anyone else gets hurt.
Why is her hair colored? Bless you.
Consider that.
I don't understand
You should
why
go take care of yourself.
her hair is colored when everything else is black and white. That's gotta play into something later.
Alfred, prep the med bay.
Could
We're
she
going to
become
need it.
Poison Ivy? I don't know. Maybe it's a wig and she's been Harley this whole time? I don't know. Can't tell. It's really hard to tell why they decide to color certain things. I feel like it's usually for a foreshadowing purpose or for dramatic effect, but her hair color being brown, unless it turns red or blonde, it's hard to tell.
I'm fine. Really.
You are not fine, Bruce. None of this is fine. You were nearly killed tonight. Those minutes of silence, waiting for you to respond, they were the worst of my life. I didn't know if you were alive or dead, or if I would ever see you again.
I'm so sorry to put you through that, Al.
You'll just do it again tomorrow. We already lost Lucius. I couldn't bear losing you, too. We can talk about all this later. Come on now. Let's get you patched up. As if he wasn't bad enough. Now Director Waller knows your identity. That information in her hands?
Waller isn't the one we need to worry
No,
about.
I wouldn't
Bane
say
is
so
still
either.
on the loose, with enough guns to arm a small militia.
I understand. The man died for you tonight, Bruce. Tried to save you from that monstrosity. Too many have died. In too short a time. The cost of this war, it just continues to rise.
It's gonna get a
I
lot
can't
worse before it
keep
gets better.
making Alfred
Bane is
like,
running free out there. He's just
think
getting
that
started.
he's strong
That's what
enough.
frightens me, Bruce. We've never seen this kind of destructive power before.
Waller was right about one thing. Riddler was just a small part of a larger threat. Let's begin with the dart I pulled from his neck.
Got it?
Yeah, carrying a poisoned
I'm good,
dart
thanks.
while limping is probably not great.
There's still some toxin left in here.
What kind of toxin?
Something new. There's a whole series of powerful psychoactive meds in this cocktail.
Joker
Drugs
toxin?
that are lethal when combined.
Who could have come up with such a concoction?
And did the same person pull the trigger?
Bane's attack was one of 3 tonight.
It was definitely
All at the
Joker
same
or
time.
John.
Let's bring him up. Get an assessment of the damage. Gothcorp Labs, genetic research facility. Where do we even start with this?
Yes, I have no idea.
Authorities can't determine what was even stolen until all of that melts.
Jeez.
At least
Mr.
20 dead.
Freeze.
Some completely encased in ice.
Others were frozen solid. Some of their limbs
Does that
shattered
not
as they
sound
fled.
the same as being frozen?
Waller's intel shows that the thieves made off with numerous pieces of equipment used in the storage and transportation of biological material.
I don't even want to think what they'd want that for.
No IDs on any suspects, though. Security cameras frozen. All witnesses dead. Gotham brokerage. 10 million in diamonds stolen. Some safety deposit boxes emptied. Contents unknown. Over a dozen dead, and even more wounded. Mostly by gunshot, though some victims had their heads smashed in.
Jeez.
That's barbaric. Witnesses place Harleen Quinzel at the scene, dressed up as a clown and wielding a mallet.
So Harley existed
Ask me.
pre-Joker in this.
Riddler's
Interesting.
friends are as insane and gruesome as he was. Perhaps even more.
Those same witnesses say that she acted alone. All that carnage. All by herself.
No, I don't need.
Guns, money, biotech. What are they planning?
We won't know until we get to Bane.
I don't mean to cause offense, but you're in no shape to beat the information out of that monster. Or take on his friends, if it comes to it. We've already seen how formidable Bane is on his own.
Of course I could use help. But both the GCPD and the agency are stretched thin. One thing's for sure. We can't just wait around for Bane to strike again. The death toll is already too high.
You told Waller you knew when to be Batman and when to be Bruce. Riddler said his friends abandoned him at the Lady of Dublin.
He alluded to the fact that John Doe was one of them.
Who
If that's
I
the case, then
have read that I
John
need to
can get you
prevent
close to
him
the
from
others.
becoming the Joker.
He already wants you to meet them. John Doe might be your best chance of getting inside, finding out what they're up to.
You're right. John's my ticket in. If I play my cards right, John might tell me most of what I want to know.
Well, the less you have to mingle with his friends, the better I'll feel about all this. It'll be dangerous approaching Bane and his people this way. They'll be suspicious of anyone who isn't a proven criminal. You'll have to give the performance of a lifetime to pull the wool over their eyes.
Bruce Wayne has influence, an endless bank account, and as of last year, questionable integrity.
Everything a criminal network looks for in a new recruit.
So that's it then. I find John Doe and accept his offer. Hopefully the invitation is still open.
Good thing you hid that tracking device on him when you had the chance.
I wonder if he could
The stack
check
that's where he is.
his history.
I suppose you couldn't wait an hour or two while you rest.
Not a chance.
Batman? I'll tell you about it.
How do you clean up his
He's no hero. The way I
face
see it,
so quick?
he's just a bunch of hired muscle for rich guys. Guys like Bruce Wayne.
I see. Willie, tell Bruce Wayne how that makes you feel.
Okay. It feels...
No, Willie,